All right. Oh, what is up, the Catch fam? You guys already know what time it is, man. Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight. We're going to hop into a way too early 2022 fantasy football mock draft with the Catch fam. With you guys, we got Steven in the building. Barely.
I'll take a minute to break down the obvious goggles that are going on here. This isn't a Joe Burrow mocking. These aren't Cartier. I just got my eyes dilated at the eye doctor this afternoon, and it dragged out into the evening. So my vision is pretty poor, pretty sensitive eyes. So we'll have these on through a little bit of the stream tonight.
I really when I first saw you, I just thought you were being you. So we got Steven in the building. I hope everyone's doing phenomenal tonight. Hit that like button on the way and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We are one sub away from 800 subscribers on the road to 1,000 subs. Hit that like button. Get in the live chat. Come hang out for a bit. Let's have a good time. Everyone, appreciate you guys getting this put together with us. I know there's some technical difficulties, so I apologize. I don't really know what happened. I did the same exact setup I always do. I don't know why the link wasn't working for everyone. I don't know why it would work on some people's laptops or PCs, wouldn't work on their phones. Don't exactly know what happened. We are going to be doing a ton of these throughout the off season, so there'll be plenty more opportunities, but I do sincerely apologize. If I had to guess, it had something to do with Steven. I'm not sure exactly what.
I think it did. I think it did. Yeah. It was
yeah. So, I seriously, guys, I'm sorry that there was a little technical issue with the link. I don't know exactly what happened. Let's see. Ronald, you can just use regular sunglasses, right? I like those for.
I kind of bang with these too, bro. The only pair of sunglasses I have, true fact, is Washington football team sunglasses that I got at the game, and I don't know where they are, so I couldn't wear those. I thought about hijacking my dad's, but I think they have a prescription in them, so I think I'm just gonna start wearing these around. I think they're pretty sick.
They're pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, what if Migos was wearing this shit? They would definitely be able to pull it off.
Okay. Steven is Migos, more of the story. So everyone's saying we got to 800 subs. So the 800 sub watch party is over. That didn't last long. Emily, where's the link for the draft? It is already a full house, unfortunately.
Full house tonight.
Steven is confirming it's a full house. But guys, whenever we plan one of these, I always do at least 2 community posts on the YouTube page, a poll, because those polls tend to reach you guys quicker and more you guys. And then it's always posted on the Discord channel first. So make sure you guys are joined to the Discord channel, and that way that's the best way to get ahead of the curve and be able to join one of these. But we are going to be doing one of these probably every single week until July. So and then we're just going to start going crazy. Yeah. So I do apologize, guys, for those of you guys who weren't able to hop in, or if you had technical issues with the link. I mean, even Steven barely made it in. I was the last person. Yeah. He had to spend a whole day because it wasn't working for him. So
funny story, actually, John. So you know how I get car sick? I'm kind of a baby in the car. I was on the way to my birthday dinner, and you were coaching me through basically getting me totally put in there. And I got really car sick on the way to my birthday dinner, and it was sick for a good portion of my birthday. So thanks for that, John. You screwed up my birthday.
Everyone, happy birthday to Steven. It is his day after his birthday. So so you ate some good food last night?
Got Japanese food, got a little cheesecake action. Not gonna lie, took another little nibble into that tonight. It was delicious. The hips are not gonna lie after a couple of action bites of this cheesecake, because it is thick. Two C's.
As you guys can tell, not much has changed here at the Catch. So I'm going to give it about 3 more minutes. Looks like we've got just about everyone in the mock draft. But, I need to set the order. So that
you're always number 1, bro.
Well,
you're cheating. Cheating little punk.
There's no cheating. All right. Draft order set. Jerry's number 1. Me and Steven are last.
Hey, this is the best pick, bro. And I'm not trading with Spencer this time.
Yeah, don't do that. My bad, guys. All right, there's the draft order. Guys, start creating your strategies. We got about 3 minutes here. Great to see everyone, man. Great to be here tonight. Appreciate you guys being here, getting this put together, man. I see everyone in the chat. We got Misery, we got Jerry, we got Spence, we got Ronald, we got Senior Cinnabon, Talks Alt, Emily. Just appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate anyone else listening in, hanging out for a bit. Gonna be a good time. It's a sad, it's the Wednesday before the sad cold winter truly begins. Mm-hmm. Sunday, Super Bowl will be the official mark. Sunday night of the dark times are coming amongst us, boys.
Yeah, I feel dark times are coming. What's that song by the Pixies? Where's my mind?
I was thinking it's more like Mad World,
Oh, Mad World. That's like some real, that is like without football. Yeah, that's some real darkness.
Yeah. So there you go. Super Bowl Sunday is Sunday.
Man. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we'll talk about Super Bowl a little bit tonight. And we'll just hang out, get some football talk in, and a couple things happening around the league kind of this past week. Not really though. Steven touched on most of it on his stream this past week, but just gonna put together a little fantasy draft hangout with you guys. So get in that live chat, man. Let us know what's going on. It's good to be here tonight. It really is. So who am I drafting 11th? I don't know. I'm not prepared for this draft in any way. This is like my first mock draft with full dad brain.
Totally cranking.
Yeah. Definitely up till like 4 last night. So this should be fun. But Kelsey's going first, says Jerry. Yeah.
I will say, John, like I feel like the past couple drafts we've done together, you've seen me take a lot of receiver. I'm going to be like, that is like obviously becoming like a natural trend for me. And I think it's kind of a natural trend for a lot of people to start going receiver in fantasy now. But I'm going to try to be like really focused on just going RB heavy, or at least more balanced to that approach.
I was thinking of doing the exact opposite and like not drafting a single running back tonight.
Yeah, and dude, you haven't done that really. Like even last time when you were saying you were going to do it, like you still went RBs. So it's hard to get away from really your gut.
All right, we're counting down. Hope everyone's ready. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get it going.
Oh, that was
Henry.
Quick, Jerry.
I like that. Yeah, he had his finger on the red button.
Jerry ain't wasting no time tonight. Yes, we did start at 10 Senior Cinnabon.
What do you think Derrick Henry's dynasty value is like over the next 3 to 4 years? You think he's a really solid back workhorse 3 years out from now?
Oh man.
I think it's kind of hard to assume that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's really hard to assume that.
And I've been like the biggest supporter of Derrick Henry in his entire life. I'm basically the reason he has a job. But it's just hard to say. 3-4 years down the road. But I think you own him in Dynasty, like you hold on to him as long as you can, obviously.
Yeah, you definitely got to ride that guy to the end. It's going to be interesting though, too, to see how they parlay him and Foreman next year, because I think Foreman's going to be with the Titans next season. He showed some serious chops this year, postseason included. I mean, I thought it's unfair because, Henry was playing with like a broken foot, but I thought Foreman outplayed him in that game against the Bengals.
The Bengals, remember that? I think.
Why am I forgetting their other playoff game? I know it was the Raiders, Titans. Titans, Chiefs. Right? Okay, so that was it, right? But on the stream Monday, I didn't remember it. I could not remember the Titans game. I guess it was kind of a boring one.
It wasn't the best game. No.
Until the very end.
Yeah, it looks like Cal World is MIA at the moment. We'll just let it go to
I kind of like it. It's very climatic.
And
It's
gave you
gonna
guys time to think about your picks and listen to me and Steven ramble on.
it's gonna make a terrible auto pick here at Alvin Kamara because actually, can we just take with that has really, I think, surfaced even more. I saw a report. Obviously, he's got a ton of money, so he's gonna have a good attorney, but I saw it could be up to 5 years.
Up to what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Alvin Kamara could serve 5 years in prison.
There's a lot of we're gonna have to wait and see, right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of there's no
Crazy
telling
though,
what's
right?
gonna happen.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Get these players out of Vegas.
Yeah. Did Ronald just get Ronald got JT third, so he's ecstatic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so it is interesting, sitting here thinking about Alvin Kamara. Like, I think for the sake of mock drafting, he probably goes still.
I think he goes where Aaron
10.
Jones. Yeah,
well,
maybe I think Aaron Jones of where Aaron Jones went last year. So like 7, 8, 9, maybe.
Cool. We got Stefan / educated Tyrone subbing to the channel. What's up, man? Is this a redraft or dynasty mock? Yeah, like Jerry said, it is a redraft mock here. Yeah. But good to have you tonight, man. Appreciate you coming out and hanging out for a bit, man.
And we'll definitely do some dynasty talk if you ever have any questions. And we'll talk about some of these guys' dynasty value too, like Henry we were talking about, for instance.
Yeah, and I think for the sake of mock drafting with Kamara, right now you just kind of have to play a hypothetical, right? It's kind of hard to say.
Slid out of the top 5. Adams goes.
Lee says he tried again but didn't quite make it. We'll play along in slot 8. Word up.
Nice.
Something always goes wrong in Vegas here. No kidding, man. No kidding. Devontae Adams here, 5th off the board. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. First receiver. I think that's still going to hold true. I remember, there goes Coop. So, all right, good jobs. Spence, I like that pick there. I still think Adams, come draft day, is going to be the first receiver off the board. The third receiver off the board is going to be the interesting one, though.
Ooh, Najee Harris off the board here.
Like what?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, no. Wait, who is this?
Tyler Ferguson. Yeah. Wait. Let go by Tennessee. I like it. That's a good pick.
Why is it a good pick? Was that an accident, Talk Salt?
I don't know if we can change either.
I think I can change a pick.
That's actually a very big power move of a commission. Let's let him get one more pick before we change it.
All right, well there we go. There's a good way to start tonight.
Who knows? Anybody could go in the first round.
Okay, you're like, that's a good pick. So Harris off the board here before quite a few running backs.
Yeah, I like that.
I think I can change it.
Who do you think? Alvin Kamara?
I mean, a number of backs, right?
I feel bad for Tyler Dean if we take his pick.
Here, we'll just make it Kamara.
Yeah.
Oh, I never look at the.
That's actually pretty sick.
We
had that in the draft too. Yeah. I like Christian McCaffrey by Tyler Dean there. That was a really good pick. Tyler, getting Christian where you're getting him there, Tyler, I think that was a really solid one there. Let's see here. Super team up on the board, and then we're coming up next after that, John.
Just sipping my tea. Just I need a good sip of tea there. I have no one on my queue. I have no idea who to add. You get back-to-back picks, so you're basically going to be stealing players from me all night long.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not loving it. I guess I could still kind of do See, and that's like the spot. Like when I'm looking at this, like what I really want to do is take Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson, but I
Ooh, I
won't
like
do
Joe
that
Mixon
this
here.
draft.
I think Joe Mixon
Dude,
at pick
wow,
10 is crazy.
that's nuts, bro.
Oh, I'm on the clock. Oh, shit.
Who you taking, boss?
Woo.
Can tell you're not going to take Saquon. You said you wanted to
I
go
might.
receiver. You said you wanted to go receiver.
Who's Brees
See?
Hall?
Oh, wait, he's got the rookies in here, bro. When did this happen?
I'm going to draft Brees Hall.
Wait, when did they implement the new rookies?
Oh, man. I don't like any of these running backs. How much time do I have? Oh, God. I'm freaking out.
Wait, what the hell? That's wild.
I don't hate these running backs, but yeah, so that is cool. If
Oh my gosh, yeah, they did.
Steven's excited.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. Sleeper is like getting into that action. Wait, did Sleeper also update rankings like based off of next year too? Looks like they It looks like they did.
I don't know, because Saquon. Well, here, let's go to all. We still got Saquon like insanely high.
No, you want to know how you can perfectly tell Allen Robinson.
So they moved Allen Robinson.
Yeah. Well, that's an easy way to tell. Allen Robinson, he's not as far down as you would expect. I guess he's below Amari Cooper and Deebo Samuel. Yeah, they definitely did update this. Whether or not it's like fully updated, I don't know though.
Oh, you're on the clock, by the way, Stephen.
I know. This is tough though.
I just want to make sure. Spencer says Sleeper has always had terrible rankings. Never go off Sleeper rankings. I do agree with that. Yeah. Smokey says there's no update yet.
The fact that they got that they got the rookies though is pretty cool. All right.
Can you guys see? I need to like scoot this over. That's weird. This is usually like you can see everyone. So you got Tyreek Hill and Zeke. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really love that pick either. I just, I'll wait for him to go, but I do have some questions about one of the other backs that's up there, and it's not Saquon Barkley. Zeke Elliott, though, I am really concerned about. I don't think we're going to see him kind of be that guy again. Tyreek Hill, though, dude, I love Tyreek Hill.
Jerry says, how about you hurry up?
Jerry, love it. I liked your comment, too, about last time you were in Vegas. It's hard to go to Vegas and not get in some sort of a dilemma.
I keep pausing the stream by trying to make move on the stream screen. I wanted Deebo, so Spencer. Yeah, I feel like, I almost went Diggs, but I think, Jefferson and Deebo. And yeah, Chase still hanging around too. Javonte Williams off the board now, so a lot of good talent here. And we got Nick Chubb off the board, paired with Kamara. The, with the pick we had to change there.
That's a nice snag, actually, right there by Tox. Oh, getting Chubb there. Getting Chubb there is solid.
Yeah. Chat, let us know, how do you value Nick Chubb going into next year?
Well, that's the question I was going to ask you, John, because you look at Kareem Hunt last year was out for so long, and Nick Chubb didn't really shine with the kind of RB1 role without Hunt taking his work. Obviously,
he's still RB7 in standard and RB13 at PPR.
Yeah, but standard obviously kind of makes sense because that's really his only value. But if in a half PPR PPR setting, it's which more common, right? It's gonna be tough. See, Toxall, I guess he used him last year and he carried him all the year. Tox, did you have him in a standard league, or was it like half PPR PPR? I'm sure he's obviously, like John said, the rankings he's getting both, but standard he's definitely a beast.
Spencer takes the first tight end off the board with Travis Kelce.
Oh, wow.
So I almost picked Kelce over Deebo.
Hey, that's who Tyler had right there. Cooper Kupp and Travis Kelce.
And Swift
he won the championship.
And Mixon.
Yeah. And all four of those guys go in the top picks right there.
Yeah, he's a wild team. Let's see here. Jerry says, wow, Spencer. He definitely want to be the first guy to pick a tight end. Let's see. Toxalt. I was going to go Kelce, but he's so old. That is true. He's getting up there.
Eventually, he's got to drop. I know even in like some of these draft things I'm seeing, like people are talking about how maybe you start thinking about the apprentice or the guy who's going to take over that Kelsey spot at some point. I mean, how he's like right there, but basically Gronkowski's age. He's pretty old now. Wow, James Conner goes off the board. Isn't he still a free agent too? Or is he's like a
Hey.
hey,
Chill
I
out.
know. I'm not trying to talk bad on him. Not trying to talk bad on him.
Ooh, we got Andrews and Barkley. Barkley off the board. I mean, no, yeah, that's good. I think Andrews is a great pick, and then goes Kittle. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Should have probably picked tight end earlier.
Wow, a lot of tight ends are going here fast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very fast. Very fastly, very quickly.
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to see Jerry's team in an alley. Like, imagine having to fight George Kittle and Derrick Henry.
That is the best way to evaluate.
Let's look at the duo so far. Who would you fight out of this duo?
Oh, I would not fight any professional athlete.
Probably sure. Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley based off their injury history.
That's actually a pretty good point.
I feel like maybe I could get lucky there.
I don't know, man. Cooper Kupp and Kelsey. I mean,
yeah, maybe those guys. Little bit
Chris McCaffrey and Javonte Williams. Williams is pretty short. McCaffrey is.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about short people?
Okay. Well, there you go. There's some very expert advice and analysis. Ooh, what the hell, Jerry? Jerry said he was calling double tight ends, and he sure did. Okay.
He stuck to his word, man.
Hey, man, I don't necessarily hate it.
Hopkins going there. Tell you what, man.
Hey,
it's going to be an interesting one this year.
I was listening today to That's Good Sport, or no, GPS. So that's Tom Grossi and That's Good Sports. Okay, so they were talking about the Kyler Murray thing, and they were listing all these players who had done what Kyler Murray supposedly did over the weekend or whatever. And a ton of players have done this, and it's basically like saying, I want a contract or I'm leaving. And most of the players just get a new contract and they stay with their team. So I don't know that we need to read too much into the Kyler Murray situation, as we had the first quarterback taken off the board, Josh Allen.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, dude, like, all right, let's just be like objective here, not fantasy. What has Kyler Murray done that makes you pay him before his contract's even up?
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't make the playoffs.
They were in the playoffs this past year.
Okay. Well, they lost. They lost first round, and they totally shit the bed at the end of the season.
No, I get what you're saying. But I think, if Kyler can be healthy, he's obviously one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
We got a lot of players going off the board. But I think the person really on the hot seat is their head coach, Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff made that Cliff, man.
Talk Salt said no, bro. I had to go tight end in round 2. Let's see here. Kyle, my team's coming along great. Spencer says, fuck running backs. Hey, I might be with you. Bro. Oh, crap. I got to draft a player.
Ronald's favorite tight end still available. Goddard.
Gooder, baby. I'm a Gooder, man. That's what he says when he wakes up.
Let's see where the first rookie receiver is. Oh, wow. So it is Burks and Garrett Wilson back to back.
Gooder, baby. I'm a Gooder, man.
I have to draft one of these rookies, don't I?
I don't care who you draft. I think your team sucks no matter who you draft. Talk Salt. I'm going to go only running back. Oh, that was a good pick, bro.
Yeah, you know how I feel about him.
That's a solid pick, my dude. Very solid. Yeah. Okay, J.K. Dobbins.
I like J.K. a lot this year. Especially if the Ravens can get fully healthy and maybe draft some O-linemen. Man, that Ravens team could be right back to where they were.
Will they?
This is like a perfect 2020 team, right? Maybe not 2021 team, but Zeke Elliott, Montgomery, Tyreek Hill, J.K. Dobbins. Like when these guys were actually playing a couple of years ago, this would have been solid.
That's like the worst way to build
The
a
worst
fantasy team.
analysis.
Yeah. I needed some running backs, so I just picked those guys. I mean, those are probably the two of the better running backs available at this point in the draft. But
I like RJC's team. Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, Mark Andrews.
That would be Ronald.
Oh, Ronald. Of course, I'm right on sync with him. Damn, John, your team's pretty good too, bro.
I feel like there's some sarcasm in that. Yeah.
No, straight facts. Straight facts.
Straight facts, help me.
Straight facts, brother. No, Deebo Samuel, Justin Jefferson, Jacobs, Jones. Do you feel confident in your running backs?
Not necessarily, but I needed 2 RB1s, and I think that
you feel like you're going to get one there. What if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for them?
Then I don't really care. They're still going to feed him the rock. I mean, Dylan's going to be involved too. Like, it's not the best pick. I don't disagree, but it's not the worst pick.
Okay.
So I'll deal with it. But I got 2 stud receivers carrying my team, man. I got a receiver that plays running back too.
Oh, Talks All drafting a rookie running back. Great pick, my guy. Kenneth Walker. Did anybody take Breece Hall yet?
I don't believe so. Misery, congrats on 800 subs. Hey, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you, my guy.
Appreciate that, man. Jared picking all the tight ends. Ronald, not sarcasm. John, surprise. I'm going to feature Dolphin Kenneth Walker. Ooh, T. Higgins, a good pick there. So, Stephen, you should kind of give us analysis throughout the draft on any rookies I get taken, because I have no clue.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they actually had on Sleeper, again, this is Sleeper, I think they had Breece Hall above Kenneth Walker. I would kind of, these are 1A, 1B for what we're going to be seeing as the top backs for fantasy this year. Kenneth Walker, the Michigan State back, he was electric this season. He was a Heisman candidate. Very good 3-down running back. He's a little bit faster than Najee was coming out of college. Breece Hall, I think he gets a lot more buzz on the fantasy side. I do think he's shown a little bit more flash, but I don't know. I go back and forth between Breece and Kenneth Walker. During college football, I loved Kenneth Walker. So it also depends on where they get drafted, right? Like Salt's talking about, Kenneth Walker maybe going to Miami. He's a future Dolphin. Dude, that Dolphins line sucks, right? So I don't want him running into the back of his lineman, right?
Oh, Dolphins. What are they going to do? I mean, they got the best coach the offseason, in my opinion, bro.
Bro, he's the beast.
We both obviously don't know his name.
It's like Mike McDaniel or something, right?
It's like Josh McDaniels, right?
Yeah, Josh, dude, he's the worst coaching hire. I can't wait to basically, do like the coaching report when all the coaches are done. But right now, my lead candidate for
worst my God, Jerry
is Josh McDaniels. Who'd Jerry take? Oh, dude, Jerry. Oh my God.
At this point, Jerry is trolling. Yeah. At this point, we have 2 trolls.
Dude, of course, you only say that when Dawson Knox goes.
Yeah. Of course, I wanted Dawson Knox. Who would I not? When
John, I really feel like you actually did this in a real draft one time. You took like a ton of tight ends and thought that people were going to want that. Like you thought you were going to be able to leverage it. Like people were going to
my best
for a tight end.
My best fantasy season ever, where I only lost 1 game, and I lost by a fractional point in the championship in Georgia's league, which is
that's brutal, dude.
Yeah, the 20-man league I usually refer to. I drafted 3 tight ends. It was Delaney Walker, Zach Ertz, and I can never, whenever I tell a story, can never remember who the third one was. But I had 3 early tight end draft picks.
That's terrible.
Wow, we got Evans and Godwin off the board.
That's exactly Singletary happened last year too. Evans and Godwin were right back to back. Dude, Devin Singletary, man, he has a chance to probably be the biggest riser next year, like best value pick when you really think about it. Because how good was he towards the back half of the year?
Yeah, and Ronald flipping his. He was so good. Ronald has flipped his position of never start a Bills running
back. That's a big deal.
One early as we got Hall off the board too. And
Odell Beckham and DJ Moore, 2 very high upside questionable receivers. Some people hate them, some people love them, but right back to back. I like that.
We got a lot of good
Brees Hall
talent,
going.
man.
I like that.
I said Bryce Hall, but I guess it's
Bryce Hall's a good name too.
We got Goodard off the board. We got a lot of players off the board here. Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli, Batman.
Ooh, man. There's no tight ends available.
No, there is not. I will say there is no tight ends left.
Did you guys hear this story about Gronk wants to play Joe Burrow?
Wouldn't that be hype, dude, if he did like end his career? The one season without Brady is with Joe Burrow.
I thought that was kind of awesome.
That would be funny.
Who should I draft, Steven?
Michael Thomas, dude. It's your favorite guy. Why don't you take Michael Thomas and Calvin Ridley back to back?
So Steven wants a receiver. So I'll take a receiver here.
No, I don't think I am actually. Oh, who'd you take?
Amon-Ra.
Wow, Amon-Ra St. Brown that early, huh?
I mean, I'm looking at the other receivers.
Your fifth round?
Oh my god, dude, just take your pick.
Jeez, big guy, getting hungry, huh? Getting hungry.
Looking at the other receivers available, and I just don't think. I think that they're all pretty even. I mean, I have Justin Jefferson and Debo. So, and I look at the tight ends. I'm like, I'm looking at the quarterbacks. There's plenty of them. So, might as well just take a splash play, you know. Yeah, Spencer says, I love getting ETN in round 5 for my RB1. Yeah, you've been really, really high on ETN. And I'm very scared of the Jaguars right now. Because they have Robinson and ETN. And I still believe in Robinson for no reason. And I'm too scared to draft him because ETN's there. And B, because they're the fucking Jaguars. But you're probably right on this. As Steven takes the quarterback he was trashing at the beginning of this mock draft.
Dude, you know how much I believe in fantasy, though. If he ends up playing, the guy's still a fantasy stud. Yeah.
He's a stud in fantasy, that's for sure.
Why is Allen Robinson still this high in rankings? What the hell? And Robert Woods and Julio Jones. This is preposterous.
Whoa. What's the hate on Robert Woods for, bro?
Dude, he hasn't played in a year, and he's going to be the 4th string receiver.
Whoa.
Let's see. What's Tyler Lockett's ranking? What did he finish at? How do you look at the past year's ranking?
You click on the player card, and it should be at the top. Who are you talking about?
16, right, Tyler Lockett?
I'm gonna let you figure that out, you know.
Yeah, it's all good.
I believe in you, bro. I believe in you.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Miles Sanders. That's a player I never thought I'd ever see you draft.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are really coming out of your shells.
I see Spencer was wanting my J.K. Dobbins pick.
Jordan love for fantasy. Hey, he might start next year. Who knows?
He might, dude. He might.
So I also heard a report that Russell Wilson does not want to leave Seattle. It's just been like awful media, like narrating the story like the last 2 years. At the Pro Bowl,
fishy to me.
Pro Bowl, he said he does not want to leave. But it's a Pro Bowl, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Spencer says that's a terrible pick, Steven.
It is. I'm not the biggest fan of Miles Sanders. It's what's so weird with Miles because whenever he does actually play and is healthy, he has so much juice. It's insane how like explosive and fast that guy is. But
I mean, the Eagles are going to run that rock, man. They ain't getting away from that next year.
The problem is they have so many people to give the rock to.
That's true. But
Clyde Edwards still available. What round is this now? Like 7th?
Yeah. I think Michael Carter's a good pick. I almost picked him over Elijah Mitchell, but I didn't. But
yeah, I'm high on the Jets next year.
Steven's high on the Jets. You heard it here.
Toxalt's got a lot of high upside backs.
Literally, and his quarterback is also running back.
yeah. Wait, actually, dude, he's got like all running backs basically because Lamar Jackson too.
Spoken to Cat. What's up, bro? I was hoping Elijah would fall. Oh yeah, I had my eye on him, bro.
Calvin Ridley, man. That was a good pick. Where do you think Calvin Ridley ends up next year?
I think anywhere between the 5th and 8th round. It kind of depends.
No. What team?
Oh,
Who do you think's desperate enough to go after Calvin Ridley, who's up for a contract extension the following year and didn't play this last
bro,
season?
there are like a lot of desperate teams.
Who's desperate? Give me your team. I think
The
it's
Saints have no money, so it's not the Saints.
I think it's got to be the Jets or the Eagles.
I mean, dude, I couldn't even get a team out. You were so excited to answer.
I just think the Eagles have the draft capital for it.
Yeah.
With 3 first-round picks, the Jets are just, the Jets. So I can see them doing something like that.
You think the Jets are going to the Super Bowl? That's what you're saying,
bro. All I'm saying is that I might be taking Zach Wilson in this mock draft. That's all I'm saying.
Are you actually high on Zach Wilson?
Yes, yeah, I do. Okay. All right, tell me this. Did you
from a fantasy perspective or just him improving in his sophomore year?
Kind of both. I mean, like the fantasy perspective, I don't see him being like a top 15 quarterback, so it's probably not super relevant to like this mock draft, but I do see this being a guy that we are like consistently talking about as like a streaming option next year.
Okay.
I think he's definitely going to have that type of upside next year. And Trevor Lawrence too, with Doug Peterson, if they make a couple smart moves, who knows? Dude, Trevor's got that though. Trevor's got the intangibles, right? As we see Cordero Patterson-Cheese go.
Well, as we see Joe Burrow selected as well. I mean, who is the next Joe Burrow to break out in their sophomore year?
It's got to be Trevor Lawrence. That's. I mean, he's the closest. I think he's the closest mold to it, right?
Okay.
It's also got to be like kind of a quarterback in the right situation, though. I mean, like, I do kind of like some of the. I keep going back to the Jets. I actually do like some of the pieces the Jets have been putting together. I like Robert Saleh. I like the floor offensive coordinator. I like that they have so much draft capital to use this year as well. Eventually, just like when you start doing the right things for a couple years in a row, it's going to work out, right? So I don't know. That's just my take, though.
Yeah, so I totally forgot that the NFL honors are tomorrow night. Do you know
Oh,
that?
really?
They're usually Saturday. And by the way, Ronald, I knew you were going to take Renfro. I just knew it.
He is. Dude, the fact you're getting Hunter Renfro this deep is kind of ridiculous when you look at how good he was last year.
He should be. I mean, he's been my favorite kind of. I mean, number 14 standard, number 11 PPR. Like, as long as Carr's there next year.
Yeah, if he's gone, that's a big change.
He's a beautiful flex player, that's for sure.
And Josh McDaniels likes his slot guys too.
Yeah. I keep forgetting Josh McDaniels is
dude, awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Cinnabon says he's always taking Stafford. So we got a ton of handcuff type running backs off the board. We got Prescott. Steven, give us your analysis on Garrett Wilson. You like this guy a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I talk about him a lot. He's probably, after Jameson Williams got hurt, he's probably like wide receiver 1 coming out of the draft this year. Really, really fast dude. He's probably going to run 4.4, but also just really, really good hands, run some of the best routes in the draft. Probably, I would say, one of the most polished receivers coming out of the draft class. A lot of people have him going to the Jets. So that would be interesting. But I do see him being in a situation where he's like a potential alpha receiver on their team his first year.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because Ronald called out my next draft pick and was completely correct and was trying to get who's a super team. Sorry guys, I get totally backwards when your sleeper name or Discord name doesn't match your YouTube name. But Ronald was right. I did want Jalen Hurts here. So that would have been quite funny if he got picked because then I probably would have ended up with Kirk Cousins. Please don't accidentally take Tom Brady. Can we like remove him from the draft?
Yeah,
although he might play next year.
You know? He did come out and say, bro. He did come out and say, never say never.
Yeah.
Never
say never. Who's seen the Rescuers Down Under or whatever it's called? Never say never. Or no, it's Fightful.
Bro, what was the band? What was the band we used to listen to? Never Shout Never.
Yeah, never shout never, bro. Christopher Drew.
Big City Dreams. Big
City Dreams, bro.
All
Yeah.
right,
Andrew, I take Stafford, another QB, double QB. You better know Spenna equals Spencer. Oh yeah, you know I do. That one I know. Wow, Steven with the most 2020 picks of all time.
Dude, you like that pick though with Kareem Hunt? I mean, if he comes back, he's still a workhorse. He's still a dog. He's like the value pick.
Steven gets like so incredibly offended right away. Like if I like jokingly criticize one of his
all right,
picks.
let me ask you this: what do you think of Adam Thielen?
I don't mind Thielen as a pick. Yeah,
because I think that's going to be. I mean, dude, what?
I don't mind.
Round.
Yeah, I don't mind either of your picks at all. It's just
well, let me say this: would you draft Adam Thielen? Like, where are you going to mock him? Like, are you going to be excited?
I like Thielen.
If you get Thielen as your wide receiver too.
I wouldn't be excited, but I wouldn't be like. I'd be a little nervous, but I wouldn't. Like.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous because in a half PPR or PPR setting, he's a little questionable. But bro, before the injury, this guy was like pretty dominant.
I mean, standard, yeah. And I think you're absolutely correct. Like the run he had while he was healthy this year. I mean, he still finished a top 30 receiver. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at this run here. I mean, 30, 14, 17. Little stinkers there, 7 and 6, but then 29, 19, 8, 11, 22, 23 before getting hurt. He had a great year when healthy. Yeah. And as long as Cousins is there, because him and Cousins have great chemistry, especially in the red zone. But he is getting up there. Injuries.
He's really getting up there with age. Yeah. I think he's like 30. I want to say he's like 33 or 32 next year. But
Spencer wants to know why you're taking so many running backs.
I told you guys I'm taking RB heavy this draft just to see how it shakes out. I mean, you basically got Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt on the bench. That's probably going to be like where I finish off at the RB position, but I can interchange those guys with J.K. Dobbins at the flex. I don't mind that.
Harry says, "You say we're both little people, and you like it that way."
Dude, I love it, Jerry. Never shout, never. Legend, brother. Dude,
I actually saw them in concert at Warped Tour.
You saw them?
Yes, it's just Christopher Drew, and then that's his name. It's like a single guy. It's just he called his, and then like it's random people. He played the music when he performs live, but he did everything. Unless that changed. I mean, I don't know. Back in the day, it's just yeah. I get really offended about Christopher Drew. So.
You were like really. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just like pulling up some of his classics. Trouble.
I'm in trouble.
I'm an addict. I'm addicted to this girl.
Yeah. By the end of this night, we may drop under 800 subs. We may maybe have another 800 subs.
We probably shouldn't have released. We were such avid. Bro, me and John would like.
This was like
talk
middle
about,
school, man.
Yeah, bro. Dude, Never Shout Never was the real deal, bro.
They were, yeah.
And we can't say it was like middle school because I still like listen to them at 26.
Ronald said I'm out. Yeah, this has been a good fantasy draft, though.
It has.
But I think there's a lot of good players left.
Russell Wilson finally gone.
Ooh, there's a good pick there.
I like that pick a lot.
Yeah.
I wish, I like Russell Wilson so much more as a fantasy asset if he does leave Seattle, though. Do you feel that way, too? Like, if he's gone from Seattle, he's better because they'll give him more, they'll let him cook, per se, right?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I don't know why this won't let me, usually this is all, displayed. It's a little bit cut off tonight. I don't know.
Toxalt is torturing himself right now with Allen Robinson.
Tony Pollard Steven knows that pain. Yeah, Steven knows
it's a brutal pain. Yeah. What do you think of Tony Pollard there?
I like Pollard and Dylan. I like having both of those guys.
Would you rather have Tony Pollard where you get him or Zeke Elliott where you get him? I think that's a really good question for next year's fantasy.
I really like Zeke. I like Zeke going into this year, right? But I think there's a lot of other players in that area where you can pick Zeke that I like more. But I think Zeke had a good fantasy year. I'm not off of Zeke by any means. But to answer that question, I probably like the value of getting Pollard in the 7th, 8th, or 9th a little bit more because I think there are better players he could take in the 2nd or 3rd over Zeke. But I have no problem. If you're bullish on Zeke and you want him If you're in a 14-man league, you want him to end in the first. If you're in a smaller league, you want him the second or third. I don't have any problem with that at all.
Well, it's kind of one of those things too. It's like you asked the same question about Aaron Jones, and it's like with Aaron Jones in particular, it's like I'd be really curious to see AJ Dillon now for the past couple of years has kind of established himself as a really, really good running back, right?
Sure.
There's no question to that anymore. But like last year, he really proved that he could do it like at a, even a higher clip of touches. So at what point are we going to start like maybe splitting this backfield like 50-50? I think Aaron Jones gives that third down capability, though.
Have the Packers hired a new offensive coordinator or promoted one?
I don't think so. I love that Dalton Schultz pick, though, by Spencer.
Shout out to Schultz.
Wow, there are no tight ends left.
Spencer didn't take Dalton Schultz. He took Burks.
Oh.
Give us your analysis on Burks. Yeah.
Treylon Burks, A.J. Brown type of physical build, but touches the ball like Deebo Samuel. Okay. This is probably going to end up being the number one fantasy wide receiver that people have mocked. Garrett Wilson is probably, in my mind, more of the established outside receiver. Treylon Burks has not really done that yet. He's just more one of those he's a hybrid receiver. He goes out of the backfield. He gets moved all around like Deebo did, right? And it's a very sexy thing for fantasy. So if he gets put in the right offense with a creative offense coordinator, I mean, the ceiling is really high for this dude. He's got a huge build, obviously. I mean, with that AJ Brown comp, but he's also he knows how to do a whole lot of things, not just vertical speed. He's very agile.
Yeah, I'm going to get caught up with all these rookies.
I think obviously, when we get closer.
Can you make some content on some of these guys?
Just for you? Oh yeah. Do you want me to actually start focusing on the draft a little bit? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that. I mean, they're so relevant. Like these rookies are so relevant when it gets closer to the actual draft, anyways.
Yeah. But me, I don't know if there's anyone in the chat who's kind of has this feeling. I never draft rookies.
You never do. You never do.
Najee Harris was the first rookie in recent memory who I was I would draft him. But outside of that, I have always been afraid to draft rookies. Always.
It's hard to do it at receiver. I'll say that. And sure. I do like a lot of these receivers, but I don't think there's a Jamar Chase right out of this draft class.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase were on the same college team. Till
yeah, LSU has everyone, bro. They had Terrence Marshall too, who went to Carolina. He didn't even get the work, but he was amazing too.
Dude, that was so loaded. Terrace Marshall was the one rookie I was high on because
you liked him a lot, bro. Yeah,
I drafted him every league last year.
He's really good, bro. I just think he was in a bad offense.
Yeah. Talk Salt says we hired Adam Stenovich. She was Green Bay's O-line coach. Oh, that's right. Thank you.
I like the internal hiring.
Yeah. So the Cap Cat says move. Sorry.
Move. Let's get it loose.
Who's going to be the Steelers quarterback next year?
A lot of buzz around the Liberty quarterback. Shout out your old alumni, Liberty.
Yeah, I was enrolled for one semester.
Malik Willis, man. Malik Willis is honestly a very fantasy relevant quarterback. I'm trying to see where they kind of have him placed.
Hollywood Brown is a sexy pick right here.
Wow, the way they rank these rookie quarterbacks is interesting, but Malik Willis is very fast, very fast. He's like a Jalen Hurts on steroids with the speed. So he watching the Senior Bowl, bro, he reminded me a lot of Deshaun Watson. The guys, he had the most powerful arm too I've ever seen. The guy is really talented, but he does not know how to stay in the pocket. He's got a lot of question marks, but for fantasy, this guy could be a really late bloomer. Let's see here. All right, I need a tight end here. I think that
I could see the Steelers starting like Dwayne Haskins or
Oh my
Mason Rudolph.
gosh, that's
No, no,
so
I
nasty.
no, no, I don't disagree, but I mean to like kind of start the season and let a rookie sit behind them for some time
Yeah,
until they start losing like 6 games. Um,
that's not a
but
bad
yeah,
idea. Yeah.
I think that's what they'll end up doing. But I do think if they draft a rookie, they'll let him sit initially.
Antonio
Um,
Brown.
Jerry, what tight end are you guys picking? I have no idea, Jerry. Okay,
I
I
kind
didn't
of
even
know.
see that you picked Noah Fant too until right now.
What a piece of shit. You know he's gonna come
That's
back
funny.
and go for another one too.
You should, bro.
What are your
Um,
thoughts on somebody I'm considering right now, John? Jerry Judy.
obviously I have like a love-hate relationship with Jerry Judy because I loved him so much last year.
Yeah.
Like, I think if someone really wanted to ruin our channel, they could just take a ton of clips from me talking about Jerry Judy last offseason, and we'd probably lose all of our hard work. Um, damn you, you bastard, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's the most sensible pick there.
Well, whatever.
It-
I'm going to take Hunter Henry because him and Mac Jones have a great relationship. So I don't even care, Steven. I didn't want Mike Gesicki at all. I didn't care.
Really. It doesn't look like you're upset at all. Let's see. Ronald said, "You do know you need a tight end, right? Just punting an entire position rarely really works." Yeah, you really can't punt a position, and the tight end position, it's scary because it's like you really don't want to draft one of the guys if you don't get the top four. But if you wait for a while, bro, how often did we have to like you specialized in the tight end position this year for fantasy for our videos, and
Yep.
I mean it was probably pretty hard to do this
I
great.
did there was like several weeks in a row I'd be like, oh my God, this is like the same video I made last week. Like just recycled.
Yeah.
And then, I really tried to dig for like 2 sleepers every week. And it was just so incredibly inconsistent. Towards the end of the season, you just had guys who would show up one week and then completely disappear for the rest of the season. So it got pretty tough. But yeah, we've got another rookie off the board. I like that we're getting rookie involvement here.
Tight end. This
Trey
is the
McBride.
best tight end. Yeah.
I've been wondering who's going to be the best tight end out of this draft. You've been withholding
He's
information from me.
He's really good.
So,
I'm not. It's going to be
down.
interesting to see. I mean, dude, like the best rookie tight end this year, though, might be like a 3rd round pick. I mean, it's just like, I don't. We don't have a Kyle Pitts this season, right? But Trey McBride is really good. In my last mock draft, I actually just got kind of cute with it and had the Bengals drafting him at the back end of the 2nd round. Just imagine that, like Uzma, maybe he doesn't come back, or maybe they get Uzma and a Trey McBride, like a solid tight end, and then they've got all the other receivers. Yeah, and Gronkowski.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Bengals, right? Let me ask you this. If you're the Bengals, you guys are in the Super Bowl, you're so young, which means inevitably you've got some really good contracts in favor for you, right? Do you go all in, kind of like these other teams have in the past couple of years, and maybe try to get some big name free agents right now because the Bengals are kind of sexy and people want to play with Joe Burrow?
Misery is bailing. There's no clue what you do there. Wish you all a good day. Hey, thanks for hanging out for a bit, Misery. Thanks for supporting, hanging out. I appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you in some of the Warzone chats tonight, I'm sure. But appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, in terms of the Bengals, I think in the draft, maybe free agency, they got to address the offensive line. Like, that's absolutely got to be like their first concern. Yeah, and maybe a little bit. Their defense needs help as well. Like, I think their skill position guys are pretty freaking stacked, but at the same time, I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. Like, people want to be involved with not just the Bengals, but like Joe Burrow is about to take over the NFL. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, and like, I really like Joe Burrow. Like, throughout the playoffs, I think a lot of football fans, like Joe Burrow is a guy that people are like starting to draw to, right? And from what I've heard, is that that's taken effect around the league as well. Like, a lot of guys want to play with Joe Burrow as well. So I absolutely think that a lot of big skill position guys would love to go to the Bengals, but it's a very crowded, like, look at those receivers, it's a very crowded receiver room. Uzama's a great tight end, but they could definitely, they could utilize 2 tight ends. Joe Mixon, I mean, Samaje Perine has played great behind him, but you don't need to replace Joe Mixon. Like, it doesn't hurt to get I don't know, who's a free agent running back next year. It doesn't hurt because the running back position is so vulnerable, but you got to address that offensive line. You got to start building from within on that defense as well. Because if you could get a scary looking defense as well, I mean, this team could be unstoppable, right?
Yeah.
But I was watching like a lot of, I don't want to say film, but just a lot of like season recap stuff for the Bengals. And the one thing that you notice about Joe Burrow throughout this whole season is just like not being scared to chuck the ball up to whoever he wants to at any moment. Like, he is not scared of opposing defenses, and he trusts his receivers, especially Jamar Chase. But like, there's like plenty of like, 3rd and 2, and then like 3rd and 18, like completely different scenarios where he's like, all right, like I'm just going to throw it to my guy and see what happens. And like, if we get 3 points or if we go 3 and out, I don't care. Like, I want to test the defense. And that's like, I think that's pretty rare for like a sophomore quarterback,
Yeah, I think it's rare, and it's kind of stunning to me that, let's just remember like the kind of like all we had about Justin Herbert, who I think is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow.
Sure.
Justin Herbert doesn't pull that same awe to him, that same type of like presence that Joe Burrow has. And even being in LA, right? With, I would say, maybe even a more gifted team than the Bengals are, holistically, right? I think they have more players on both sides of the ball, maybe, coming into this year. And it just kind of gets to the bigger level that at the end of the day, like real football, like to get to the Super Bowl, sometimes it's not about fantasy type of stuff. Like it's actually about that presence you have, right? That leadership you have, right? Which doesn't come across in fantasy, doesn't come across to like, which is a big portion of fan bases, right? It's just like the fantasy guys. But it gets kind of lost in the sauce. So you look at Tom Brady, like he is not nearly the most gifted quarterback in the league, right?
Sure.
He's probably average when you talk about some of his actual Yeah, but if you talk about some of his actual athleticism, what he can do, it's his leadership, and it's his
ability to win championships too.
Yeah, and I think Joe Burrow can do that, and he can elevate his guys, right? Like all right, Andy Dalton, for instance, right? I didn't think Andy Dalton was like a god awful quarterback, right?
No, I love the Red Rifle.
The Red Rifle, when he was in Cincy coming out of TCU, like he was pretty good, bro. I think he made a Pro Bowl. Like he was not bad. And then look what Joe Burrow does with this team. Takes them all the way up to the championship. It's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. And I think teams are going to want to play around that.
Sure. All right, I got it. I'm in deep thought here. I don't know who to pick. I like my team so far, but I got to figure out a draft selection. So, Slade, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? I'm really feeling the pressure of the clock here. Holy cannoli.
Slade, what's up? Let's see here.
Who do you think I should pick, Steven? How much time do I have?
You got a minute. You got a minute. You could take Ronald Jones, bro. You know he's going to be a free agent. No, but seriously, Ronald Jones, we've been begging for years for Ronald Jones to get his shot. And he's going to get his shot this year. He's not going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Well, I'm not going to pick anyone that you suggest I pick, but I don't hate that pick.
But do with the logic, right? You like the logic?
I don't hate the logic. That's for sure.
Okay. I think he's the best back remaining.
I'm going to pick up Chuba.
I can't draft another damn running back.
Get a handcuff now.
I got too many.
How the F is Kel's team so stacked? That is the auto pick team. So
that's why.
Yeah, and you do have Tom Brady in there. So, I mean, we could just say that maybe Kirk Cousins, hypothetically, was the actual pick, Ronald, I will crush you all. As Ronald generally reminds us during mock drafts, he will crush us all. I do like your team that you put together there, Ronald. Except I hate Michael Thomas. But other than that, I do like your team. Yeah, I think you guys have all done a great job. Everyone's got a great. We got a lot. I mean, I like the fact that we got some rookie conversation going on here too. So
isn't it crazy? Trey Sermon's like not even draftable this year.
Yeah.
Like, what's your buzz on Trey Sermon, bro? Like, they literally traded like mad draft capital last year to get this guy.
And Trey Lance, man. I mean, is Trey Lance going to be draftable? Is Jimmy G going to be draftable?
I mean, dude, Trey Lance is going to be QB1 of the 49ers next year, bro. In fact, hell yeah, I'm taking him.
I mean, I won't be. Dude, you were like in love with Trey Lance this past offseason.
Dude, I had such
I
was obsessed with him.
I like Justin Fields a lot. I like Trey Lance too, but really none of the rookies in terms of fantasy came to fruition at all.
Who was the best rookie quarterback for fantasy last year?
Mac Jones.
Wow, that's dreadful.
Like seriously, Mac Jones.
That's terrible. He was awful.
He made the Pro Bowl.
Let me get your gauge on this guy.
I'm going to draft Mac Jones.
Let me get your gauge on this guy. Let me get your gauge on a couple guys here. DJ Chark, Kenny Galladay, and Laviska Shenault.
I mean, you got a really crowded Jacksonville room. One of those guys will step up. If DJ's healthy, I don't mind DJ as like the number one guy. He looked like the number one guy in Jacksonville.
Good. Yeah. He was good for a little bit.
Yeah. Before he got hurt, of course, he broke his ankle. I literally put him in as my starting receiver that night, my 20-man league, a minute before kickoff, the night he broke his ankle. Would have won that game if I hadn't done that. But was that the question you're asking me?
Yeah, that was the question I was asking.
Okay. I don't know who to pick here. But I'm going to get another tight end because I'm not like in love with Hunter Henry. My team's pretty solid all around except for the tight end position. So.
I think it's crazy that Robert Tonyan gets so much hate from the fantasy community. I know when we were talking about the fantasy guys from PFF's rankings, Ronald was not a fan of Robert Tonyan. But remember when he was like a beast with Aaron Rodgers, dude?
I mean, I loved Robert Tonyan going into this year. Like I was huge on
He
Robert
did
Tonyan.
suck this year, though. He did suck.
Well, it's just like he just stopped getting those red zone targets, and then he got hurt, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, he basically sucked from fantasy perspective. So, but no, I listen, but without Rodgers there, if Rodgers not there, he holds no value to me, essentially.
Who does hold value on this Packers team to you? Because we saw Devontae Adams get 15 touches from Jordan, or 15 targets from Jordan Love, and have no relevancy.
The running backs, in my opinion, get plenty of value. Everyone else is questionable if Rodgers isn't there.
Yeah,
I think they'll still continue. Matt LaFleur likes to run the football, so like, does their value go down as an offense? Yeah, but are they still an RB1 and one of the best handcuffs in the league with Jones and Dillon? I think so, but. Yeah, everyone else loses value, but if Adams stays, if he gets franchise tagged and Rodgers is out, you still have to look at Adams as a top 3 guy just because of his sheer talent, you know.
So you're saying you would take him in the second round, third round?
I'd probably feel more comfortable with
it'd be really hard for me to take him in the third round.
Kupp, Jefferson, Samuel, Chase. Maybe Diggs I'd probably still have up there, but
I have a lot of people before Adams without Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that was a lot of people, dude.
No, I know, but just think about like it's like 70% of his value is from touchdowns. Like think about how much touchdowns he gets a year. He's like a double digit.
He did have like 1,800 receiving yards.
This year was kind of crazy. Last
year was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, but who was his QB?
Yeah, I mean he still had. All right, okay, 1,500 receiving yards. I'm sorry, 11 touchdowns. Last year, he had 1,300 receiving yards, 18 touchdowns. So,
yeah, I mean, the touchdowns are ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he's had, other than the year he was hurt, at least 10 touchdowns every year since 2016. So, let's see here. Jerry, those are nice-looking tight ends. Thanks, bro. You took both my options, Chuba and Higbee. I'm sorry, my dude. I'm sorry. Are you guys voting for best team at the end? We kind of just go over like everyone's team, and then the chat gets a little crazy. Everyone starts debating.
I think we should do best team.
Sure, we can do that. Jerry, I really hope so.
I like Spencer's team a lot.
Spencer always puts together a good team. If we ask
Yeah.
Ronald has the best team. So
Gronk stays with Brady.
dude, almost dude. Gronk, Godwin, and Brady on that same team, which is awesome.
I like that.
Dude, Money Mac is literally should be the NFL MVP.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah,
I'm taking a kicker just to do it.
I'm gonna do a full kicker defensive draft.
How much money that the game comes down to Money Mac or Mac Gay?
Dude, two of the best kickers all season long. Yeah.
The game is gonna come down to one of those two. And whoever gets his chance is gonna get it.
Ronald says John never says anything mean about anyone's team.
You really don't, bro. I feel like I could draft a complete.
That's my role.
You talk bad about me.
I talk a lot. I'll talk shit about Steve.
Yeah, you talk bad shit about me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Did you guys know Russell Gage is going to be a free agent? Because I didn't know that. Because I really liked him.
Dude, they might lose Russell Gage and Cordero Patterson, bro.
I really liked him next year as like a deep kind of like 8th round, 9th round, 10th round, 11th round wide receiver 1. But I'm not crazy about it unless he gets re-signed to the Falcons. If he goes to a different team, he can still have a good impact. But and then Mike Williams, another guy set to be a free agent.
No interest there.
Man, I really missed the window for Mike Williams because I loved him in the offseason and I didn't draft him. So
he wasn't even good.
He wasn't reliable.
Yeah.
Except for like the first 3 weeks of the season. So where he was just insane. But
all right, let me get your gauge on a couple of guys at their running back position. Wow, this is like, all right, let me ask you if these guys are draftable because these guys suck. Mike Davis. All right, let me start over. All right, Kenyon Drake, Zach Moss, David Johnson.
I mean, I would go.
I wouldn't draft any of these guys.
Ronald Jones is still available, so.
Well, I know. I already brought up my point about him. I think he should already go. But
or Jarvis Landry hanging around.
I could see him going close to undrafted. Also, another kind of sneaky one, Kenny Golladay.
There's nothing sneaky about that to me, bro.
It's just kind of crazy because.
Yeah, sure.
If he was happier, I think he'd actually try. Yeah, Raheem Mostert, Ronald, that's a great point. I specifically didn't want to mention the top 2 guys there because they're going to be free agents. They're probably going to leave too. But yeah, they're going to be good. Justin Jackson's probably the best handcuff that's still available.
Yeah, I like Justin Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I would draft Justin Jackson if you had to draft anyone left. Like he's been on my queue this whole time, but I went Chuba over him.
How about this? Keyshawn Vaughn. Oh wow, Ronald said it right when I was saying it. The only Buccaneers running back potentially next year.
That's true.
Let's see. Any other deep dives at the running back spot? I mean, J.D. McKissick was super fantasy relevant this year for the Washington football team. I'm sure the Commanders will use him too.
Shout out to the Commanders, baby.
All right, kicker.
No, I'm not.
Dude, is Rodrigo Blankenship ever gonna come into this game again? I don't know.
He's gonna retire early.
You know what kicker I gained a lot of respect for over the postseason? Robbie Gould. I love him now, dude. I love him. But Greg Zuerlein.
Are you taking another running back, or what was that question for? Just
what?
You want to talk to me?
Oh yeah, just talking. Let's see
talking.
here.
Okay. Dude, I still can't. Like every now and then, I like look up at the screen and I just see your glasses still.
Oh man, the Buccaneers defense that's gonna slide.
They're gonna be. I'm like completely off the Bucs in fantasy next year.
Yeah, the only.
It's not just because Brady's leaving. It's because look at how many players they have set to be free agents.
Yeah,
it's like. It's literally like 12 players.
It's pretty dreadful. You know what? I'll go with take a dart throw here.
Spencer, he is on my top 5 most hated people in the world list. Wait, who is? Kenneth Gainwell?
Probably. Kenneth Gainwell was super annoying last year. I thought he was going to be fantastic. He's probably going to be what James Cook is going to be this year. The running back Spencer drafted. He was the third down specialist out of Georgia. Oh, Robbie Anderson. Yeah, bro. Robbie Anderson was a pain in the ass, bro.
Okay.
Bro, but I was talking last night about this, bro. What if Robbie Anderson got hooked up with Aaron Rodgers, for example? Like, think about
he's got talent.
Think about his deep speed, bro.
And it's like just overall PPR value.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore could be like literally like both top 24 receivers if they landed a top quarterback.
No, I don't disagree at all.
Oh, yeah, Spencer, that makes a lot more sense. Robbie Gould, obviously you hate him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably like want to get his address so you can kick his ass.
Fair enough. That does make sense. Yeah.
Spencer.
Sorry, I have a far more important question than Steven. How did that beef jerky turn out, by the way? I've been really thinking about your beef jerky like all week, bro. So let me know. Go ahead, Steven. The floor is clear.
I was just gonna ask, do you ever think that win another Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? And do you think the next time the Packers win a Super Bowl, it's with a different quarterback? That is a question I pose.
It's a deep question, bro.
Deep. Hashtag deep.
All right, we're drawing to the end of the draft. Dude, that went by so quick. Holy cow. Spencer says something went wrong on that bench. Oh, man. It's all good, bro.
Sounds like meth. Sounds like something I heard in Breaking Bad.
It'll be okay, Spence. I want to try some of your beef jerky sometime, bro.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Dude, talks all with a lot of rookies off the board.
Yeah,
I like. It's giving us good exposure here to like big names.
Malik Willis, the guy I talked about, is the only fantasy relevant quarterback. I like that pick.
You've got lots of good teams here.
Yeah,
Jerry's got 4 tight ends. He got so much orange. It's crazy.
We gotta like make an award for his team.
Yeah, so I went with
the troll toll or something.
I went with the Patriots defense and the Patriots kicker. What do you think about that, Steven?
I like that stack a lot, man.
That's actually
think about that value you're getting there. I mean, you're getting it. Let's say if they hold true, and I think the defense will be interesting to see what Nick Folk does. But if you get those guys there at rounds 11 and 12, those are solid. Those are solid picks right there.
Dude, remember fantasy season?
Bro. Nick Folk was at a time the Folkster and the Pats defense were both like better than some like regular players.
Yeah,
they were like a wide receiver 3 at a time.
Remember when you had to make a kicker defense video every week?
Yeah,
dude, that feels like so long ago.
It is.
Dude, I miss fantasy so much.
I did too.
How much do you guys miss fantasy?
I miss it a lot. That's why
Jerry, you know what my next move is? Yeah, definitely a tight end. Talks alt says Johnny Smith. Let's see. I want to go through at the end and see who didn't get drafted. I mean, Thomas, Tanyan, Komet, all good options here. That's probably about it.
Is Benjamin Watson still in the NFL? I swear he retired like 4 years ago.
He ends his playing career 2 years ago.
Why is he on this list?
I have no fucking idea. But he is. So, yeah. I do want to go through at the end and see who did not get drafted. But we can go through each team first as well. We got the Dolphins defense off the board. Tariq Cohen. Interesting pick there. Yeah. Kadarius Toney. Remember that guy? The Jags defense. And Cole Kmet off the board. And there we have it. Another way too early 2022 fantasy football mock draft with the catch. Fam, thank you guys so much for getting this put together once again. And I do sincerely apologize for anyone who could not join that wanted to join, as we had some weird technical issue with the link for the mock draft. But let's take a look at these teams overall. And, Steven's going to give some expert analysis on each team. Jerry, let's look at the running back position. Got King Henry, Miles Gaskin, Jamal Williams. Every tight end in the draft. Receiver, we got Mike Evans, Ayuk, and Devontae Parker. Got A-Rod at the quarterback position. Daniel Carlson and the Rams defense. But seriously, George Kittle, Darren Waller, Dawson Knox, Noah Fant, and Cole Kmet. Yeah. That is a lot of tight ends, Jerry. And I think that truthfully, you cannot draft 5 tight ends. If you do
There's
this,
a limit.
If you do more than 3, like 3 is risky, can definitely to some degree work out. 2 is probably enough, especially if you're getting guys like Kittle and Knox or Kittle and Waller. But if you do this in the Catch Fan League, I do think it'll hurt you. But the thing is, it will hurt other people in their draft. But I think throughout the year, like at some point after like 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to drop like 3 of those guys because you're going to have to, you're going to have to make waiver wire moves. So,
but
could you win?
Yeah. I was going to say, if this was a wide receiver tight end flex, just for the point of having conversation, right?
Yeah, you can only flex one.
Dawson Knox was like a receiver at a certain point. And Darren Waller is a wide receiver for the Raiders. And if you had George Kittle, Darren Waller, and Dawson Knox, I'm not too sure it's unplayable. But
no.
But like you couldn't do more than that, like you're saying, right? First off, Noah Fant. Yeah, he was like Mr. Inconsistent this season.
Yeah, he usually is. But yeah, I just think throughout the season you'd have to make some changes. But you could win with any team. So, Kel World obviously missed it tonight. We missed you, bro. But actually ended up with a pretty decent team, other than the Brady and Gronk combo probably wouldn't work out. But pretty good team there. We don't have to go full analysis. But we missed you, bro. Ronald, best team. We don't even need to go over it. All right, let's end the stream. Ronald's got the best team. Ronald got the biggest steal of the entire draft with JT at 3rd. Mm-hmm. Obviously locked up a tight end like usual. Great pick with Mark Andrews. A lot of good running back value, You got Gibson, Singletary, Madison, Edmonds, and Stevenson, and a stud quarterback. I think quarterbacks can be a little under the radar going into next year with Patty Mahomes. Ronald bullish on Michael Thomas. I'm not, but if you got the conviction, you know what I always say. Trust your gut, baby. Renfro, I think, is a great pick. Gage on the right team is a great pick. You got some good value here, too, with Bateman, Gallup, and Tony. This is this is how I used to draft, like, on a regular basis. Like, a lot of running backs, a tight end early, maybe outside the quarterback early, and then just a lot of, I hope one of these receivers works out. So I like this team a lot. I really do.
Yeah, my personal style is I typically hold off in the tight end until I get outside of that top 3 rounds, even top 4 to be honest. But I like a lot what you did there, getting Mahomes and JT as a stack. I think you're getting a lot of value with guys like Gibson and Singletary, and Alexander Madison. Eventually, he's going to get his shine. But the biggest thing too, you pointed it out too, like getting Michael Gallup at the end of that draft. Russell Gage, Tony, those are big upside guys. Especially Gallup. We don't know where he's going to end up.
And Bateman. I think Bateman's great PPR value there too. So.
Bateman's great too.
Yeah. Senior Cinnabon. I got Eckler and Connor, which I love. You already know that. Patterson, Henderson, and Cohen. I like these running backs a lot. Like Patterson, Henderson, you get a little bit of a gamble, but I think they could easily work out. You got Kyle Pitts, going to have great PPR value next year at the tight end position. Cooper Beckham, Smith, and Moore. I think those are actually 4 pretty damn good receivers. I like where you drafted them.
Really solid.
Especially Smith. I really like Smith next year. You got Staff Infection and Fields, quarterback position, Gay, and the Bills defense. A good team. It's a solid team.
Tariq Cohen's the only questionable one for me.
Yeah, and it's your last pick, so I got no beef with it. Yeah. Okay, Booga. We got Adams, Moore, Cooks, Juju. I like all those guys except for maybe Juju, especially where you drafted them.
I love Juju.
Stephen loves Juju. Running back, we got Swift, Akers, Fournette, Robinson, and Foreman. Those are I like those running backs a lot, actually. a lot. Fournette kind of scares me right now, but I still like him a lot. Burrow, I really like Burrow at this in the 6th round is a great value. Schultz is a great value in the 8th round, and you got Watson sprinkled in there. Then Tyler Bass and the Dolphins defense, so it's a good squad for sure.
Actually, before you move on, John, I just wanted to ask you about Leonard Fournette. What's your gauge on him? Because for me, without Brady, and we obviously both have a lot of doubts about the Bucs next season, it's just really hard for me to think that this guy's not going to regress in a drastic form. I mean, think about it. I mean, like he had a year in Jacksonville, then he was super irrelevant, and then he had a decent year in Jacksonville, then he went to Tampa and was like and then was like really hot in the playoffs, and then he had this really good fantasy year. I mean, he's been so hot and cold his whole career, and now he's going to be in a really bad situation potentially.
Sure. Ronald, I got to run. Good job, boys. Hey, peace out. Talks out.
Peace, Ronald.
Peace out as well, man. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight and being part of the draft. Yeah, I'm worried about Leonard Fournette, but I would take him in the 3rd round. I would.
Okay.
Actually, he got him in the 4th. I would absolutely.
Fourth round, yeah.
In a heartbeat, I'd take him in the 4th
round.
I don't care what team he's on.
Because he might be the RB1 and 2 next year, too, without Ronald Jones.
4th round was a steal, actually, especially with Swift and Akers already there. This is a good team. It's a good team.
Yeah.
Spencer. I like Spencer's team.
I love Spencer's team.
Yeah, Kupp, Allen, Lockett, Burks, and London, and Pickens. A lot of rookies in there at the receiver position, but you got it. Like, there's really no risk when you got Kupp and Allen leading. Like, the consistency you're going to get from those two guys, and you got Kelsey and Allen. Probably running back is where you have maybe like some of your question marks, but I know you love ETN, so if you got the conviction, I got no beef with it. Harris, Edwards could work out. I don't know much about Cook, but I can say it's a good pick, probably. Steven knows more than I do, and got Cowboys and Robbie Gould, so it's a good team for sure.
Yeah. James Cook has mad juice, but I really don't see him ever. I don't see him assuming an RB1 role, like a 1st and 2nd down type of carry load this season or maybe even next season. Definitely a 3rd down specialist. So for me, a little rich where you got him, but I like him a lot. Gus the Bus, interesting. What do you think about Gus the Bus? And by the way, Spencer, love your team, bro. Like I actually think you have the best squad because if you look at his first 4 or 5 picks, those are solid.
Gus the Bus can work out for sure.
Yeah.
The Ravens team gets injured enough that can work out for sure. Steelers 8519, which I believe is Smokey the Cat. Najee Harris, first off the board with Dylan, Pollard, Michelle, Williams, and Gainwell. So I like that running back room for sure. Receiver position, we got Diggs, Waddle, Higgins, Ridley. I think really, really good receiver room. And by the way, I really wanted to take Higgins that round when you took him.
I love Higgins, man.
Yeah. Jay Herbert, quarterback position, who wasn't he your QB1 or QB2 this past year? The QB1. No, 2. I think Brady.
Dude, he was elite, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He snuck up.
And then Fearmouth and Ertz. I like the fact that you drafted 2 tight ends. Like one of these tight ends alone, I wouldn't have been crazy about, but the fact that you got both of them, I think, is really, really good. And you got Youngway too. No defense, which is fine. It's a good team. Good team. Praise says Steven's got drippy glasses. Oh,
the dilated eyes, baby.
Spencer says, I think Gus is in the same tier of running backs such as Dylan, Pollard, Madison. Yeah, he's a great handcuff. I disagree with that. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Talks all ended up with Kamara, Chubb, Walker, Hall, Carter. I mean, that's a good running back room.
Dude, that's loaded, bro. That's
I don't even know. I don't know enough about rookies, but I already know that's loaded.
That's stacked.
And you got Jackson in there too. You can get a lot of rushing yards here. Receiver, a little bit, a little hurting at receiver, but you get 2 of these guys to strike out or one of them to strike out, and you get a waiver wire pickup throughout the year. You'd be fine. Got McBride. You got a lot of trust in rookies here. You got Malik Willis down there too in the Green Bay Packers defense. So this is a team with a lot of upside, which I think is what you're going for. So I don't hate this team at all. Yeah,
I think the running back position is going to pay off, and it's going to definitely carry you for a long time. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be very relevant all year. A lot of question marks around the veteran receivers you have, though. It's going to be interesting to see. I think you're going to – but that's the thing too, bro. Like, it's like when you look at drafting, it's interesting because it's like you're really how often are we even like halfway through the season do we have the guys we drafted, right?
Yeah.
We always dive into who's on the waivers, right? So you want those high upside guys almost, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you can play the waivers, then really any team you draft can work out, Tyler Dean ended up with CMC, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, and Khalil Herbert. So I don't hate that running back room, but it's a little thin. You got some handcuff situations. Receivers, a lot of receivers on this team. We got A.J. Brown, Deontay Johnson, and Michael Pittman, and Elijah Moore. I really like those first four. Then you got Claypool and Davis giving you some upside, but really like those first four guys. Hawkinson and Prescott, you know what you're going to get. Very consistent between those two guys when they are healthy. And you got Money Mac and the Steelers defense. So
Love it.
It's a good team for sure. This is definitely a team that with some waiver wire help could definitely make it far. It's a good team for sure. Super team, SO, that's all I can read. Joe Mixon, Penny, Spiller, White, and Williams. So 2 rookies once again. But I love me some Joe Mixon next year. And if Penny works out, is healthy, then you're good to go there too. You got Chase, Metcalf, and Lamb, which is pretty loaded. Yeah, that is and then Hollywood Brown and Williams and Kirk and Bell. Who I don't know enough about Bell, but that is a loaded receiver room, actually.
Yeah.
That is a loaded receiver room. Then you got Goodert and Russell Wilson, too. So, yeah, that is a good team, actually. Prey is making fun of you, Steven. Steven had his eyes dilated today. So, Steven has.
He probably, dude. I was actually wondering like how many people have like got kicked into the stream or something and saw me and were just like, "This fucking tryhard," and just laughed.
Did we lose any subscribers?
We probably lost. We're probably down to like 790 now. We probably like lost like or
how
like,
many dislikes do we have on this stream?
A lot. Yeah. Probably more than we ever have.
We can't check until it ends, but Steven, can I borrow your glasses? I want to go to a retro nightclub.
Yeah, Steven had
his eyes dilated, so I was very confused when he hopped when he connected to the stream before he went live. So
you know how we do like our subscribe, like hit the like button, hit the subscribe button disclaimer. Like I feel like we should have also given like the goggles disclaimer just so people don't jump in and leave.
Yeah, I just thought about that at the top at the ticker. We should have had something about your glasses.
Don't leave. Trust me, it's for medical reasons.
Yeah. My team, I really like this team I drafted. I really like this team. The tight end, probably the only position that's a little weak. So we got Jefferson, Samuel, Amon-Ra, Mooney, Boyd, all the receiver position. Running backs, we got Jones, Jacobs, Mitchell, and Chuba. Quarterback, I got Hurts. Tight end, I got Henry and Higbee. I got the Pats defense and Nick Folk. I'll let you guys in the chat, let me know what you think about this team. I think it's pretty damn good. But tight end is probably going to be an issue potentially. But I think these receivers are great. And you could argue against some of these running backs, sure. Usually I like to have, more stud caliber guy. But I went receiver early and probably paid for it. But I think I got here's like my one beef with going like double receiver early, right? Because I got 2 absolute studs who can carry me all freaking year, Jefferson and Samuel. Then you look at the guys I got late in the draft, right? St. Brown, Mooney, and Boyd. Like those are great flex players, but also arguably wide receiver 2s all season long.
Yeah.
So, it gives me the security of using the St. Brown or Mooney and Boyd in the flex and having Jefferson and Samuel all year long, right? As long as they're healthy. But other than that, I quite like this team. So let me know if you hate me or if you don't. Steven's team, Steven, I'll let you break down your own team, man.
How about I break down yours, you piece of shit? You scared?
Okay.
You scared?
Break down my team. Yeah.
I'll be back for Jerry. I had to do the Terminator there. But no, John, I actually, all fairness, I mean, I love Spence's team, but, when I look at your team objectively, it's a piece of shit. No, it's actually really good. I think this has got a real chance to be like the best team out of the bunch here because when I look at what you did even at the quarterback position, you literally just got the better value version of Kyler Murray 2 rounds later than I got him. I think your RB position is a lot weaker than you think.
It is questionable.
Yeah. I mean, I know you have faith in Josh Jacobs, and he's a very consistent back, right? Top 12, right?
12,
he's
baby.
Top 12 back in half PPR, PPR
Look at
settings,
those numbers,
right?
bro. Look at those numbers.
He's going to be that guy, and it's going to be interesting to see how Josh McDaniels try to use him.
You know what you're going to get, right? You're going to get 10 points. Okay?
Yeah,
it's nothing special.
Which gets you through, right? And I think the receiver help that you have is huge. I mean, Tyler Boyd, where he's going, because I was going to ask the question of, like, would you rather have Chase or Higgins? I think that's kind of a stupid question because people are obviously going to say Chase, but Tyler Boyd's in there too. Would you rather have Boyd or Higgins? Because Boyd's a really good player. He's a 31st.
Yeah, but look at this.
Right?
Look at this stretch. After the bye week, 12, 3, 13, 9, 20, 17, 13. Like PPR.
Yeah. But 31st, I think Higgins finished 22nd. So you're talking about Boyd was like not drafted last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to think about that too. I mean, like, very, very good receiver. Sure. I mean, I would obviously take Higgins over him, but it's just kind of you got a lot of talent right there. I mean, I probably wouldn't have drafted 2 tight ends because you're gonna drop one of these guys. Yeah, I mean, the same argument you gave Jerry about his tight end situation, right?
Still a top 10 guy in Hunter Henry. So
because Jerry screwed us. You're basically where you drafted your tight end. You've got to stream tight ends all year long. Like, that.
Yeah, 2 top 15 guys, huh?
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get into mine. You got a really good team. You're a stud.
Okay.
All right, Tyreek Hill at number 1. I feel like he's going to be even better next year. Zeke Elliott, Montgomery, J.K., Sanders, Hunt. I really like my running back room, to be honest. I think that's a really solid running back room. Miles Sanders, he is definitely a question mark, but I do think he does have the potential to be one of those breakout players. I actually think I probably could have waited another round and he still wouldn't have been drafted. Like, I think Miles Sanders is probably a 7th round player, but I hate him. And then let's see who else I get receiver here. Adam Thielen has my wide receiver 2, Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver 3, and then Jameson Williams, the receiver from Alabama, who's going to be nursing that ACL injury. So Williams, it's going to be interesting to see if people do take him because you're going to have to wait for so long, but you can throw him on the IR slot, right? So a little bit of a sneaky pick right there for the future, right? You get to get a guy, throw him on your IR, go pick up a guy on waivers. But I like Jeudy. I mean, John, I want you to tell me what your thoughts are on Jeudy next year. But I do think this receiving core is pretty weak when you look at it outside of Hill and Thielen. It gets a little questionable. Tight end, I got Gesicki. I think he's a pretty solid dude. I think he's probably the best tight end you're going to get what we were looking at. Yeah, top 10 tight end.
I mean, I wanted him when you drafted him. Yeah.
Well, he's also consistent. Like, he's going to give you.
God, he just had such a bad end to the year, bro.
He did. Yeah. Right when you tried to make that trade for my mom, actually, he tanked.
Yeah. But I would have got Noah Fant. Would have helped me very much. So.
But I do like my quarterback room. I will say this, like, how I really love the quarterback spot every year in the mock drafts and everything. Trey Lance is going to be my guy again.
Okay.
For sure. Jalen Hurts I loved last year, but Trey Lance will be my guy. Look at where you're getting him, the 9th round or whatever. I mean, that's nuts. And then Greg Zuerlein and the 49ers defense. Not bad.
Spencer says you should have picked Ridley, Lockett, Pittman, or Sanders.
Yeah, I will say this, dude. Imagine if I had drafted Michael Pittman there. Like,
yeah. You couldn't have gotten him, but theoretically, if he hadn't been picked.
Who did he mean by Pittman then? He had.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was looking at the arrows in the opposite direction. Sorry. You could pick.
Well, because like if you all right, let's say even Ridley or Lockett, I was looking at Lockett, right? Like, I do think this team is a lot better off because literally the fact that I don't have one of my 4 receivers is a very scary thing coming in game 1. And you're banking that on Miles Sanders, who was, I mean, let's look at how Miles Sanders played when he was actually on the field.
Oh, I literally just did that.
I know.
There's some bad. So this is like when the Eagles weren't running the football.
Right? Yeah, that was kind of
got hurt.
Thing,
then wasn't he still hurt in like the whole season even when he played?
Yeah, it's just really hard to evaluate that guy.
Yeah, but he had these. I mean, 2 very bad defenses. But even Giants bad defense, and he played poorly against them. So
yeah,
it is kind of hard to evaluate him.
I would agree with Prey. John, your team is definitely better than mine. My team is very weak.
Well, it usually is. We just we let you. You are blind, so it's kind of hard for you to draft.
I get a handicap.
Yeah. So it's all good, man. We love having you here, bro.
Stevie Wonder, Steven Scott, bro.
Yeah. Anyone new hopped in. Steven had his people's
disclaimer
dilated today, so that is why he looks. I mean, I just thought you were doing like a Kanye West thing, bro. So I wasn't even like, hey. But
so who's the best team? What's your vote? Everybody in the chat, what's your vote to?
Everyone this chat's. This is their own team.
Yeah.
This is why we never do that, because it's just
look at Spencer instantly. I got the wide receiver 1, tight end 1.
Hey, I mean, he did though.
He did. Yeah. All fairness to him. All fairness to him.
I mean, I think it's like hard. Like, I don't think anyone ever drafts the best team. Because you don't know until the season's over. But also, like, I think it's just generally like pretty even peel. And then like you might have more upside on one team or more consistency on another team. But or like one team might be really stacked at the tight end position. One team might have the best receiver, tight end, and quarterback going off of last year. But like until the waiver wires start to hit those first couple of weeks, like everything just changes so dramatically, like week to week in fantasy. So I think it's just really hard to like say this is the best team in this draft, But
yeah,
I think everyone put together a good team, except for Steven. So that's my
Spencer
answer.
threw in there. Thank you, Andrea. That was very nice of you too. But Spencer said 1 Spencer, 2 Ronald, 3 John. I would actually flip Ronald and John, and that would be my ranking. Spence, John, and Ronald. I think you guys really did good. And then Jerry gets the the tight end heavyweight champion of the world.
There was one other team. I like Smokey the Cat's team, and I like Booga's team as well.
Yeah.
I think Senior Cinnabon has a lot of good upside too.
Yeah.
And then I think Tyler Dean's got some good upside. Like I said, I mean, I think everyone's got a pretty even super team. You get a second running back to hit. This is a really good squad. So
who took the latest quarterback other than Kel Walker?
Other than Tom Brady.
Yeah, other than Tom Brady.
Well, see, Senior Cinnabon took a second. You took a second, so it was super team with Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see kind of like the value there. I think he probably got good value, but I would still say I'd rather have A-Rod, Hurts, and Prescott around earlier, right? Would you say the same? Like, would you put Wilson behind those guys? I don't think Stafford, though. I like him more than Stafford.
I like Stafford, Prescott, Hurts, Rodgers, all more than Wilson.
Okay, so you like Stafford more than Wilson?
I do.
I don't disagree totally with that.
But it's mainly just because, I guess, really because of the injury. When
we just haven't seen Wilson. Like these rankings aren't fair.
He had a great start to the season before he got hurt, and then he played hurt all season long, and he had a great end of the season as well.
Look at 2020.
2020. But then also, it's just, I guess people are just scared because they don't know what team he's going to be on. But yeah, I mean, wow, he really finished his quarterback 22, and he scored.
He missed so many.
He scored 22 fantasy points or more in every game in 2020 is still finished as QB
Well, no,
20.
that's got to be from this
Oh,
year, right?
that's overall. I'm sorry. So he's QB 16, but still, this is 2020, like you said.
So the rankings updated too for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nuts.
Oh wait, no, it didn't. It didn't. Yeah, because he was like a top 5. Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, he was pretty. He's pretty lethal. It's just his points come very sporadically.
Yeah. I mean, he had 365 fantasy points 2020, which is his best fantasy year of all time. So, yeah, he definitely was not.
Oh,
QB 16. Yeah.
Look at the article there. Seahawks reportedly won't rule out Russell Wilson trade.
5 days ago, yeah.
Pretty
Ian
crazy.
Rappaport, I heard. Good old Rappaport. You can always trust him, right?
And Schefter, you can't trust. Weak chin.
Yeah. I'm scared of Russell Wilson, but he probably will be a steal next year. The interesting thing in this draft is that Lamar Jackson went so early. He was kind of been another guy who we've kind of discussed as
he was the first off the board, right?
No,
first
Allen
QB.
was. Allen was.
Yeah. Okay, by 2 picks though.
He was the second quarterback on the board. So, yeah. Dude, he really had like just the
awful year.
I mean, really, when you look at like the first 10 weeks, he had a phenomenal year. Like really, like you can't be mad about a 15 and 13 and 16-point game when he went 34 and 19, 19, 40, 23 and 32. Like that's when I felt smart in the second half of the season happened. I felt like really dumb for drafting him. And like it's so crazy, dude. Like if you could have an incredible first 10 weeks at any position, right, for any player, and then like it doesn't matter if the next 7 weeks suck. Like these are the games that are getting you into the playoffs, that are finalizing your seedings, or are your playoff games. And like for me, like I got so screwed like the last 7 games of the season. But who cares, right?
Well, John, also I think it's important too because so like something this year we'll pay a lot of attention to is like how did these guys' seasons actually play out, right? Because like Lamar Jackson, top 20, right? And that's still dog shit, but that's a lot better than what he actually played like last year, right? Like because he had those high astronomical early numbers, right? So when you're drafting next year, you also need to know how these guys played throughout the entire season, not just these big games, right? Because I feel like that was something I personally struggled with in fantasy for so long, is I would look at last year's rankings or the year's rankings before it, and I wouldn't read more into it. You know what I mean? Because it does matter, like how they actually played throughout the entire year.
Sure. Yeah, I think Lamar is going to be a steal next year. Unless, I mean, you're going to have people really bullish on him too. You take him this early, so that's interesting. We haven't had.
He always will.
Yeah, but Russell, I do think probably will be a little bit of a steal next year. I mean, I think where I got Jalen Hurts in the 7th round is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he did fall to like your QB9, right? But for a majority of the season, he was your QB1. Really, before the Detroit game, he was QB1 that whole stretch. He still had some very good games, but he did kind of,
he missed 2 games too.
Yeah, this week 12 game was like really bad. I think he was QB1 up until week 12, actually. Yeah.
Well, he got hurt in the Giants game, right?
And then game was awful.
He missed the Jets game, had the bye week, and I mean he was injured throughout, right? Like after you said that, right? And the literally main piece of his fantasy relevancy is his wheels. And so like I was just saying, and like you just noted the guy was number 1 for a long time. Next year, when we're looking at rankings and looking at where they're going to be at, you got to remember how this guy was playing all year. And it's funny because Jalen Hurts, you're drafting him like almost the exact same place you were drafting him last year. Like his stock literally didn't move. And imagine if we had known last year what he is capable of, right? I think
dude, we both both talked about it in the offseason and we both didn't draft him.
We both didn't draft him. We both, I think, I mean, at least we both bid up on quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Because you got
that's true. Lamar and
I got Brady. I didn't bid up as much. I bid it
Well,
up.
you
Like
drafted Allen.
no, I drafted Brady and traded Brady
Oh, I'm sorry.
for
I'm sorry.
Alvin. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I got it backwards.
but you still had to take Brady, especially like in like non like professional or like people who like do this shit like every day, like kind of like what we do
Let's
basically,
say,
right?
I mean,
But
we kind of basically.
yeah.
Like, I don't know where
Never
you
scrub,
were last
never.
fantasy season, but
Yeah, no,
we're doing this like every day.
but you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
like if you're in like a family draft or something, like you're gonna get guys like Brady, you're gonna get
I hear what you're
guys like
saying. Yeah,
Lamar Jackson that are gonna go in the third round just because they're household names.
Gronk. Yeah, yeah.
But people that really watch this shit and really pay attention to that fantasy shit, like know, you could get him later, right?
Yeah.
Just based off value. See Stefan coming in here with that Russell Penny DK stack. That that is gonna be an interesting stack next year, right? That DK buzz, bro. Give me your piece on him.
My value for DK kind of slides a little bit, but
It's got to.
yeah, it's right now you're playing hypothetical, right? I mean, I still like DK overall, but it's just hard to say. Jerry says Steven John was telling us he has some cool football cards. Spencer, I really want the Packers to try to get Kyler. Yeah, Steven, need to pull out some of your football cards.
I know. They're in the basement.
Just send them all to me and I'll unbox
Yeah,
them
you
for.
piece of shit. You're gonna end up
Dude.
selling them for like a fucking high total.
Bro, I got
know
some
you.
good cards in that stream last
When did you
night.
start getting back into the card game?
Like last week.
It's didn't I tell you, bro? It's an addicting game, bro. Once you get back into it, it's like scary.
Oh, dude, I've got so many packs and boxes to unbox, dude. It's for the love of the channel. It's for the Catch fam, man. It's good content. Good.
I was just gonna say, Jason came in here. Steven, let's do a dynasty league.
Yeah, so Jason was talking about this last night, like potentially starting a Catch dynasty league.
That's not a bad idea, seeing as how we kind of have like kind of the dudes that like, I mean, we know like kind of the base that's always out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I told him when I had time, I talked to you about it. So Spencer says he wants to do one. Yeah, I think so. Like Steven and I need to sit down at some point, or like have a phone call at some point, and like plan out exactly what we want to do in terms of the Catch fam fantasy drafts next year. Like how many we want to do, how many teams we're each going to commission, how many styles of teams, like all that stuff. And we haven't even had time to like fully decompress from this fantasy season, even though it's like a month gone at this point, or even really to decompress from the football season in general.
Well, we just started moving into more content, bro, which is what we said we were doing, man.
Yeah. So we definitely will get everything figured out. And I think I don't think a dynasty league is out of the question at all. I think that'd be really cool. And it would definitely keep some of you OG members of the Catch fam like involved for a very, very long time to come. So I think we'd like to do that.
I will say this, like at least me right now, before we like sit down and talk about this, the dynasty league, I think will have more of a restriction to who gets in. Based off of like just not like restrictions to like, oh, like, hey, we talk to you a lot. It's more of like, if we know you've been here a lot, we know you come out a lot, because we want to know that if you're doing a dynasty, even if you were just doing a dynasty league with like your family and friends, right? It's like that's like not just a 1-year process, right? That's 2, 3, 4 years onward, right? So we just want to know that like whoever's in is like really about it. And obviously, I guess in dynasty, right, you can always auction off a team, right? You can always do that too, and get a new commish. But yeah, just like Spencer said, you've got to commit to dynasty league. So I think it'll be important to kind of know who's going to be in that one.
Sure. Yeah, we got a lot of like, I mean, here's the crazy thing is like the next fantasy season seems so far away, but it's going to be here like before we know it. And like Steven and I have like so much we really need to like sit down and orchestrate before next fantasy season, because it's going to be like the amount of content we did this past year, it's going to be like expedited like even more. And we just need to make sure that like we can properly manage everything as well, and make sure we can commission and make sure everyone's having a good time and all that as well. So Andrew says I just do redraft every year. That's generally what Steve and I do. But
yeah,
and I feel like if we do Dynasty League, dude, I'll be so bad. I'll be so bad, but that's fine. Like it's all for fun, you know.
Well, only bad for a year though, because then you get draft capital, and it's just like depending. I guess there's different versions of Dynasty though, right? But
sure. Super Bowl 56 is on Sunday. We've got about 10 minutes left of tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for getting this put together with us. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. And what a couple of squads we put together tonight. Jason, would I qualify for the Catch Fam Dynasty League? Yeah. I mean, you came up with, you and Spence came up with the idea. So
no, bro, you don't get in.
But I think like if you guys are used to playing redraft, then like we will have a couple of redraft teams as well. So you might as well, if you'd rather do redraft, and then like the original Catch Fam League, like whoever wants to be in it is grandfathered in. Whoever doesn't want to be in it, it's completely cool. But like the thing is, we're going to have to get in touch with some of you guys throughout the off season, like throughout streams, and like it's going to be a big process. Jane, would I? No, Jane, you're not.
Absolutely
allowed.
not. Absolutely not.
Get the bird.
Hell out of here. Bird, you bird. You bird.
Jerry wants to be commissioner for 3 tight end league. Yeah. Probably Steve and I would be the only commissioners, but if there is a 3 tight end league, if that's something we end up doing,
you will be commissioned.
Yeah. Poor Jane. Like,
look at how she tried to wink at us too, bro. Give that creepy winking emoji.
Spencer says I'm betting Aaron Donald MVP and Burrow MVP with yellow and red Gatorade for the dump on the coach. I was thinking about some Super Bowl bets, bro, but I haven't placed any. But thinking about them for like.
Did you texted me at like midnight? You were like, "I'm gonna place 10 bets."
I am. I'm gonna place.
Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna place 5 bets on each team, $20 a piece. I'm gonna hedge each bet. And that way I can't lose any money.
Rams win by 1, Bengals win by 1.
Right, dude? Right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I'm probably not gonna place any bets because I will lose all my money. So
it is a process to like set up the actual account. If you actually do though, let me know first so I can get some free money.
Okay. Any final, as we kind of wrap up the stream, guys, any final Super Bowl thoughts? Because this is probably our only stream before the Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I will say Super Bowl Sunday, I'm going to hop on probably towards the end of the 4th quarter. So I'm really hoping it's a close game. But if not, I'm going to do a Super Bowl recap and hang out with you guys for like an hour on Super Bowl Sunday. But I'll probably, I kind of want to, time it towards the end of the Super Bowl because I know a lot of you guys are going to be like at Super Bowl parties and hanging out and not wanting to be on stream. So, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a stream unless Steven's planning one before Sunday. I think Spencer brings up a great point. I think Donald's going to tear the O-line up. The Bengals win. No way Burrow doesn't get MVP. Yeah, I'm very, very concerned about the Bengals offensive line.
Yeah, it's going to be a question mark.
Because you got Miller. I mean, you got Donald, obviously. And then if Burrow makes any mistakes, you got Ramsey back there as well. So it's that's the only thing that I worry about for the Bengals. But against Kansas City Chiefs, the Bengals O-line actually played quite well. So it's hard to say.
I think another good question right about the Super Bowl is, John, what are you doing for food? And everybody, what is the main entree on your Super Bowl plates, guys?
So you're going to make fun of me like you usually do.
John, choose your words wisely. I want you to order. If you are not eating wings,
no, I am.
I'm going to be okay. I was like, I know.
So I have been like very strictly dieting. You can ask Allison. I've also been running a mile a day and walking. But I'm actually like I'm getting pretty good. I'm getting a lot better from where I was a week ago.
It's hard to run in the cold though, dude.
I kind of prefer it, bro. Because I'm very hot.
Sweaty.
Man. I get very hot.
Do you run without a shirt?
No, God, no. Jeez.
Yeah, you used to. You used to. That was a
sight. So I'm doing I've been doing like a keto diet, but that means I'm gonna do keto nachos, which would be awesome. and then with those Quest protein chips, and then I'm gonna do just like an insane amount of wings. So I'm very excited.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna eat a lot of wings.
Yeah, I'm getting yeah, ours is definitely a little bit more unhealthy than yours. Although we do have some healthy stuff because I know like Keely and my mom are, they're doing their diets and workouts. So they were doing like a veggie tray. So that's for
Nice.
them. That's for
Nice.
them. And then we got taquitos, chips and queso and salsa. And that's for me. And then we got a ton of wings and fries.
Yeah, I just want the wings, bro.
That's definitely my eyes on that price too.
Spencer says wings, a fuck ton of wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, I've been running too. It's nice to run with 75 to 80. See, like I do worse running in hotter weather than I do in colder weather.
The
like
hotter
today,
it is, the better, bro. Hotter
today, the sun was out, but it was like exactly 50 degrees.
It was nice, bro.
It was perfect,
nice.
Dude. Like
I felt
now, like 2 days ago, it was like raining and like 28 degrees, and I still went out. It was like more of like sprinkling when I went out, and it was like really rough. But I really, that feeling in your lungs where like it's like cold. I kind of like that when I run. So
that's like self-harm. That's terrible.
Yeah. It's just like California weather. That makes sense. Spencer, I have a life motto. The only time I run is from the cops.
That's perfect for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Sure. Sure.
Like half the songs are about that, man.
Yeah, I was like fixing our bed frame last night and cooking dinner and doing like 1,000 things while you were streaming. Was that last night or the night before? I don't remember. But my whole life right now is like a massive blur, in case you're wondering. But I was like getting really upset with your analysis of the halftime show, so I'm sorry.
What are you talking about, bro?
I kept coming in there, and I was like, bro, like stop talking about Eminem. And,
first off, your Marshall Mathers take was god awful. His LP was like his first album. The Marshall Mathers LP was like one of his first albums, and you were like, "Yeah, that new shit is tight, bro." And I was like, "Dude, that's like literally his oldest album."
I said it's good, but it's not the Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh, so you were saying like it's not like it was back then?
No, nothing can touch that album. That's one of the best. Okay, I got that on my wall. It's in front of me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was just like, what do you? I was questioning a lot.
Spencer, did you watch episode 7? No, I was actually up till past 4 last night, and it came out at 3, and I was just so delirious that I did not watch it, and I wanted to, but I am gonna watch it. That's on my list. I got a lot to do tonight because I will be up until at least, if I'm lucky, 3, but probably 3:30, and I will definitely be watching episode 7. Which, Steven, episodes 5 and 6 of the Boba Fett show are just the Mandalorian. So if you do not want to watch episodes 1 through 4 because you don't know anything about Star Wars, I get it, but you need to watch episodes 5 and 6 because it's literally just the Mandalorian. And they are both really, really good. And Spencer says episode 7 was good. I'm stoked to watch it tonight. Let's just leave it at that. Steven, you've been giving me blood pressure because I texted you and I was like, yo, you need to watch. If you actually are in the Mandalorian, you need to watch the Boba Fett show. You then text me back. And I
don't have Disney Plus anymore.
Well, that's because you're a loser.
I think I stole it from, like, I was like using somebody else's account.
Spencer says 1 to 4 gives backstory. Yeah, I liked 1 through 4, except for that biker gang shit. And there's some other little things I didn't care for, but overall they were good. Just not nearly as good as The Mandalorian in general. But let's just end it there. No spoilers. We don't need to get too much into it. This is the catch. We talk fantasy. We talk all kinds of things. But I can get really, really on a tangent about Star Wars or Marvel. And I'm going to start sweating and going to need to take some blood pressure medication.
Flixster video. I think Spencer told me about that earlier. It's just a streaming service. I'm probably going to get like hijacked by the U.S. government. They're going to like look into me now.
Especially with those glasses on. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're going to be like, sir, we know you were behind it all. And I'm like, behind what? And they're like, behind it all.
Yeah. That was a really loud like gulp of water, and I barely got any.
It sounded refreshing though. I will say, John, There's this thing about John, guys. If you haven't
Night,
picked up on
Andrea.
already, his eating and his drinking sounds are very pronounced, right? But I will say this: whenever I hear John either eat or drink, I get hungry or thirsty. It's something. It's so. What's that word? It's like MSR or something like.
Wow.
It's like
MSG.
No, not
Oh,
MSG.
ASMR.
Yeah, it's like you should make. That's what you should do for
No.
your career, bro.
No.
just do that, man. Just be like,
dude. If I just made the catch, like not even if I didn't even tell Steven.
Didn't even tell anybody. Didn't tell anybody. Just started
posting.
putting those up.
Okay. Well, that feels like a good point to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys so much again, as always, for putting this together. I think we're going to try and do one of these each week because it definitely seems to be something that you guys want to come out to. Definitely keeps us, fantasy conscientious, football conscientious as well. So we'll go ahead. We'll plan one of these for next week as well. Maybe a little bit Super Bowl recap talk, as we approach the dark ages of the off season. NFL
really the best ages for us, though, fantasy wise.
Yeah. Jason says 800 subs. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
800 subs on the night. It has been a very, very, very long road to 800. From 6 to 700, even really 5 to 700 did not take long. 7 to 800 took just over a little bit over 2 months. So
that was
appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all you new subscribers. Appreciate all you OG members of the Catch fam. Just like we always say, truly, truly from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate this community, man. Love you guys. Love this channel. Love the Catch fam. Just you guys continuing to support Steven and I here in the fantasy offseason as we're approaching the NFL offseason, man. We're just going to pump out all kinds of content. Some of it's going to work. Some of it is not going to work. Some of it you guys will be there for. Some of it you guys won't be there for. Nonetheless, we know you guys will be there come fantasy season. So appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate all you guys do for the channel. Like we always say, we would not be here without the Catch fam. So this is a great mock draft. We'll put another one together next week. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. Go ahead and join the Catch fam. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that notification bell so you never miss any uploads or streams. And, of course, join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Completely free to join. Steven, I will let you sign off as well.
No, I love you guys. Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes the other day. That was awesome. You guys reached out to me even more than some of my family did, so that was awesome. Just another reason why the Catch is so dope, right? Community, man. I love this community, dude. It's sick. It's really a cool experience. And it's fun coming to hang out a few times a week with y'all. I hope you guys have a great Super Bowl with your friends and family. Hope you guys just get to eat some super good grub. You get to enjoy kind of the start of a new resurgence of the NFL with the old out and the new in at quarterback, at least, right? I mean, it's going to be a pretty monumental Super Bowl in that regard, right? I do think this is a shift in the NFL paradigm. So it's going to be fun and had a blast tonight. And with that, man,
With that, man, yeah.
I'm going to hopefully retire these goggles. Hopefully I have my vision back tomorrow. That'd be great.
That was an interesting twist to tonight.
That could be problematic.
Jerry, Spencer, Jason, peace out, guys. Anyone else listening in, tuned in, hanging out, thank you guys so much. Peace out, everyone. Have a great night. Got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.
Peace.